A lot of us use Claude Code every day, but once a session is over, it becomes surprisingly hard to inspect what actually happened. You might remember a workflow went well, or a session messed up, or that Claude used a lot of tools, but after that, most of the context is buried inside the local file, and it is very hard to explore them properly. So I built CC Lens, an open source dashboard that turns your Claude Code data into something that you can actually explore. It reads everything from your .claude folder and gives you a clear view of your project, session, model, activity patterns, and overall uses. You can browse all of your session, filter it by signals like web, MCP, agent workflows, and quickly find the session that is worth looking at. The setup is pretty simple. All you need to do is just run npx CC Lens and it will open the dashboard in your browser. So this part is very important. So this is local first, and there is no cloud sync, login, telemetry that leaves your machine. It just reads the Claude Code data that already exists in your system and gives you an easier way to navigate that. Awesome. So enough talking. Now let's see this in action. Okay, so I have opened my terminal and now I will just show you how this looks like. So we'll just run npx CC Lens and install the package. And now this will open the dashboard for us. Okay, so you can see our dashboard is here, and here we can see all the data that we are getting from the .claude file. And for example, I have done 13,000 conversation with Claude and 121 session. This month itself I had 107 session, which is quite good. And the token usage is quite high. I have used 334 million tokens. I worked on 10 projects, and here we can see the token uses over time. So after March 21, you can see a spike here, and you can also see the project distribution here. You can see what all project that we have been working on, and then you can also see the peak hours and the current sessions. So you can see right now itself I have these many active sessions of Claude Code, and you can also visit the inactive ones, and you can also check all the sessions as well. So it makes it a bit easier for you to navigate. So this was basically an overview. Now we will go to our project section, and here we can see what all projects that we have been working on. And I'm currently working on this project called Term UI, and there are some other projects like CC board, Form AI, which is formally that I launched recently. And then you can also see the sessions from here. So what all session that is running. For example, for this project, you can see I'm running this for 6 hours and 16 minutes, and I had 401 message, which is quite high. And you can see the cost is not that much, which is fair enough. And then what all other sessions that I was running. Lately, I'm just working on this project, so the sessions are filled with Termi, but you can also filter it with CC board. You can see, you can find the sessions for CC board. Now with this, what you can do is you can just click on this, and this will give you a detailed overview of every conversation you had. And this will also give you a token breakdown. You can see here the input tokens, output tokens, the cache read, and total tokens that is spent, and what all tools that it used. So you can see the bash tools, mostly read, task update, task create, and all. So here you can see what all message that I sent and what Claude actually did. And you can also see the read operation it did, the thinking block. You can also check the issues it had felt. So overall you get the whole chat summary, and you can see, okay, what worked well for you, what did not. So you can also prompt better and improve your Claude Code workflow. Similarly, you can also check the cost breakdown here. You can see the total estimated cost. So for Claude Code, if you're not using APIs, you don't need to take a look at this because they mostly work with rate limit. So if I would not use their monthly subscription, it might cost me this much amount, which is very high. And the cost breakdown as well, and per model cost as well. So what all cost it took for Opus 4.5 and Opus 4.6. and the cache hit rate as well. So the next very important part is the tool calls. So we can see what all MCP servers we are using the most, what all tool call it is using. So we have better clarity over what Claude actually does. So most of the times we can see it uses bash tools, then the read operation, write operation, then the following tools here. And then you can also see the MCP server. So lately I've been using InSports MCP server a lot for creating backends. So you can see all these tools it has used, and you can see the feature adoption as well. Web page is used in 20 sessions, task agent is used in 13 sessions. So you can see it has a lot of granular information that otherwise was very hard to navigate. Now we can also see the activity. So I try to keep it more like GitHub, which other days I'm most active. You can also see the streak as well, the longest streak, the most active day, and the uses over time, the peak hours that we have also seen in the overview section, and the day week pattern as well. And this was quite interesting because I found out that I am quite active with Claude Code in the Fridays. So that was an interesting insight for me. And then you can also see the chat histories here, what all conversation I had, the to-dos, what all to-dos it had, how much of them were in progress, how much of them are done, and all. You can also check the plans it has created. For example, I had this plan for documentation QA and restoration plan. And next is the important feature that Claude Code added recently, which is the memory feature. So you can also check what is in Claude Code's memory. For example, you can see no Claude attribution in the commits. So this is something I asked Claude Code to remember, that sometimes whenever Claude commits it, it always adds co-authored by Claude and no reply at the anthropic.com, something like that. I don't want that thing, so I just asked it to store it in memory. So you can actually see that how it is stored in the memory. So you can see here, do not include co-authored by Claude attribution in the commit message. And one more thing that I've done here is you can actually add this memory. So if you want to add some more information to it, instead of asking Claude Code to do that, you can just come here and add it and save it here. It should work the same way. So you can see what all other memories that I had. And then we have the settings, which just gives you the skills I use, the basic plugin settings and all. I don't have much things added yet. If you have some more things I should add, do let me know in the comments. I will do that. And finally, if you want to export a session, you can do it from here. And that's it. So in short, it is not just about replaying one session. It gives you a broader picture about how you actually work with Claude Code. So that is the main idea behind CC Lens. Also, the code is open source. You can find it here on arindam200/CC Lens. So if you have some feature suggestions or if you want to contribute to it, feel free to do it. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you found this project useful, don't forget to give it a star. This motivates me even more to create projects like this. And that's it. Do let me know your feedbacks in the comments. I will be keeping an eye on that. And thanks a lot for watching this video till the end. I will see you in the next video. Bye.